Last week, we talked about death and a woman's fight to have a say in hers. It was part of our special report on New York's medical aid in dying bill. News 4's Jen Shantz joins us once again with a different perspective. She recently sat down with Bishop Richard Malone. Jen, I understand the bishop mentioned his opinions on this aren't strictly religious, so where are they coming from?
Well, Melina, when it comes to death, the Catholic Church is pretty clear. It's not up to you or anyone else. It's up to God. But the bishop spoke to be more about his practical and social concerns for medical aid in dying. He feels that the option is there. People may be influenced to make a choice for the wrong reasons.
Legislation that would allow terminally ill adults in New York access to life-ending drugs is one Bishop Richard Malone of the Catholic Diocese is strongly against.
I worry about the vulnerability of people.
In his opinion, the Medical Aid in Dying Act would create a slippery slope and tempt patients who are depressed or financially struggling to make a final decision they can't take back.
I think that a lot of people convince themselves that they would support this kind of legislation because it's a sign of being compassionate toward a person who is suffering and wants to end their life that way.
He calls it a misguided compassion.
And the word compassion, as you know, comes from the Latin, which means to suffer with someone. That's what compassion is.
Susan Ron is terminally ill. She's been one of the measure's largest advocates. Ron, who was raised Catholic, doesn't want to change the mind of the church.
I'm not trying to convince them or change their beliefs in any way.
The Rochester wife and mother is currently living scan to scan. She makes the distinction between medical aid in dying and suicide.
It's not suicide because I'm not suicidal. I want to live more than anything else.
The bishop sees it more black and white.
The decision is being made to end one's life. And I understand the burden of the pain and all of that, but isn't it a better thing to take advantage of the tremendous developments in palliative care?
New York's Medical Aid in Dying bill is again up for discussion in Albany. It passed the Assembly's Health Committee last session 14-11.
Now, the bishop did specify the church is not against limiting extreme measures to stay alive, a DNR, for example. Like most states with medical aid in dying legislation, our bill is modeled after Oregon's death with dignity law. For more information on the specifics of this bill, you can head to our website, WIVB.com. Just click on the Founded on 4 tab. Live in the studio tonight, Jen Shantz, News 4 at 5:30.